Alright, so now it's time for chapter 3 begins. So now we have two goals. One is activation and the other is a moment to breathe. So let's take a look. Both of them, activation. You are not where you need to be. So this requires 3 travel, but our travel right now is all tied up, so we can't do that. And taking a moment to breathe, it's once again time to taste all pleasures. That requires 3 energy. Now we have plenty of free energy, so we'll just set that one up. Oh, we have to pay rent because we don't want any trouble. So this requires 2 cash, which we can, we have this deposit here of 6 cash, so we'll just hook that up too. And we'll let all these run. So reminder, we're just waiting for the state to complete and for our work shift to complete. And state is running fine. I don't think we'll be able to make it actually. Oh dear. So we've completed our moment to breathe, and now we've unlocked a new trait, which is our intelligence. It's the trait you're most proud of. So we can build a bunch of things here, but we're going to take a moment before investing too heavily on that and see where we're going with the rest of these. So let's just see. Yeah, see, unfortunately our date timed out, so we didn't get to complete our date on time. So we'll just ask for a new one, that's no big deal. And we'll hook up a will train like that. Meanwhile, since our travel is free, or our travel will be free. Oh, and we also completed a work shift. So let's actually start another one of those. So now our will is completely tied up, so we'll just let these finish before we start developing this new trait. But our travel is free, so we'll just hook that up like so, and we'll start recharging these towers because it does look like we're going to get an influx of emotion down them. So this has completed, so we can just set it up like so, and we can ask for a date while we're getting some work done. And taking walks. Walks are actually a really good way to calm yourself if you haven't tried it. I highly recommend it. I used to do it all the time. These days less so. So we also have a job quota to fill that requires cash. So we'll just do that. We still have 7 cash left, now 6. Completed our job quota. A bitten apple is better than no apple. And we're just letting things run a little bit. So you can see, so we've completed our activation. You did not come here merely to drive cars and clean houses. And what this has done is this has put out a bunch of new things in our homeland trait, and it's also given us a new mission. So we have to learn our first mission. This country never spared itself in hurting you. Should you hold back? Do you dare to? Now this requires 2 contact. Now as we've seen, this trait has developed a fair bit, and one of the ways it has developed is we can now place this contact tower. So we'll do that. Can also place a spy tower, which we'll want later on, and we can fight our programming, which requires disavowal. Currently we have no way to get that disavowal, so we just won't bother with that yet. So we've asked for a date again, and it worked out, and we have a walking date again. It's nice. So once more, we just hook things up, and we should be good. We should be good to go there. So look at all of these vectors of emotion. We have all of this fear, right? We have some fear from our programming. We have some fear because we were threatened when we needed to pay the rent. And we have some fear from asking for a date. We also have a little sadness here because we're still missing our home. So between all of them, you can see a lot of them are coming down this path right here, which means that these 2 towers are being used a lot. They're constantly discharging. So over here we can build these thought mines, because as you can see we can start playing chess to help us relax a little bit more. So we can shore up our defenses maybe here. And we have the free will, so we may as well use it. Yeah, also we have this free energy, but we've used up all of our focus, so we're going to have to wait before we recharge this tower. So now that we've built both of these, we have some focus back. So I'm just going to recharge this tower here and start playing chess. So I think I'll place this right here and then another one right there. And those seem like good points to keep our defense strong. Oh, also we finished this. Huh. So we finished our work shift, and normally I would just rebuild now, but I do want to use the focus to learn our first mission. So we're going to do that instead. Notice that the energy we normally use to work is now free, because we're not working just yet. Also notice that we are completely out of energy, so it might make sense to build a new one on, say, this anger right here. But I think we'll be fine. Meanwhile, we have almost finished our date. You going to do it in time? Yes, we are. Did it succeed? Yep. So this worked out for us. That was all you ever wanted. And this has unlocked a new goal, which is to buy a ring, because we move fast. And this will make joy due to excitement. This is definitely the one. So we have 9 cash and limited focus. So I don't want to buy that ring just yet. Instead, I'm going to take a moment to improve our defenses, start a new work shift, and that should be reasonable. Meanwhile, you can see this one goes down a completely different route, but we've got these 2 paint towers to help us there. Well, this should work out. We're just patiently working, and we've completed learning our first mission, which is to deliver papers. Now this is going to make fear. It's a small blow for the homeland, but a blow nonetheless, and it requires travel. So we can do that pretty easily. We're going to want to recharge this pretty soon. I think we'll do that right now, just because of how poorly defended this path is. What we should also do is start developing the one we admire, developing this trait to put down a couple of vent towers to help us deal with emotions. But we'll do that when we have some focus to spare, which is not just yet. Meanwhile, all of our defenses have replenished except for this one. We'll just recharge this one too. And we'll put down a vent tower. We'll start with one here, and then maybe we'll put down one here. Well, so we completed delivering the papers. Many people would have opened them. You were too scared. You can just close that. We have 9 cash, and this requires 5 cash. So I think we can start this. We're also not feeling too emotional at the moment. We've only got these 3 things on our mind. Still the programming, the fear flash from our first mission, and some casual racism. So our defenses should be solid enough to handle that. So we can handle the additional emotional toll of preparing to buy a ring. So we've completed another work shift. We're just going to keep running that because it's not good to be short of cash. Meanwhile, we'll develop this a little, just in preparation for the future. And we can develop this a little too. Oh, no we can't because we have no focus. So never mind. Now that we have the focus, we'll just hook this up. And once again, we'll start a work run. Meanwhile, we've almost finished buying this ring, and you can see just how much joy is coming through. And now we can propose. So this requires 5 date, which as you've seen, it's expensive. And unfortunately, we can't do that just yet because we're using all of our social to build this venting tower. So look at the amount of emotion coming in here. I think what we can do is we have 2 real options here, right? One is we can start this proposal goal. The other is we can take a moment to recharge these towers. And you know what, I think I'm going to start this proposal goal. No, I just want to get through these things quickly. And we'll recharge this one tower now, and then later on we'll recharge the chest tower when some focus frees up, as it just has. Yep. So yeah, so we've been able to keep ourselves pretty calm between walking and chess and painting. And that was the third chapter. So I'll see you in a moment for the fourth one.